back and we saw a glimpse, Amal and dear viewers, about the expo. Definitely we'll go back to it and talk about it. But today, speaking of technology, let's welcome our guest, and he's a tech specialist or enthusiast, AJ. AJ, welcome in Sunshine.
Thank you very much for having me. I'd like to first greet our dear viewers, say good morning to everyone. A little bit about me, I'm a filmmaker and a tech enthusiast. I've been using phones ever since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And computers. You know, back in the day we had flip phones, you know, those phones made in Finland. And all the way throughout my life, I've been using different smartphones, and I've just come really love the technology.
An expert in it.
Yeah, well, I try to be.
So, Amal, what do you know about phones?
Well,
honestly, when we talk about mobiles, what comes to your mind?
Okay, phoning my mom and sending text messages. This is the only thing that I do most of the time. But nowadays, yeah, this technology is part of our lives.
Yeah.
In the past, yes, we used to just send and send phones. But now even my dad, Farid, he uses his phone in like contacting us as well as checking his house abroad from Kuwait. So the technology is part, an essential part of our lives, AJ.
Yeah.
Can we just think of something new that's going to happen? Because this is like, let's say, a decade ago. It came to us and introduced us to a whole new meaning of life. What about now?
Smartphones are not going to go away. They're always going to be an integral part of our lives. People are glued to their smartphones. Let's not, you know, that's the truth. They are glued and attached. Some people carry multiple phones on themselves, not just one, you know. And we have two main operating systems competing against each other. We have the iOS side, which is extremely popular all over the world, not to take anything away from Android, which is also just as popular. So these two operating systems really dominate the mobile market.
Nice. But speaking of competition, we're definitely going to go there. But before we go into high tech, you know, deep down, screening time. This is called screening time.
Yeah, screen time.
Do you agree? Is it? I mean, if we want to talk about youngsters, you know.
Right.
So what do you think? What do you?
There's pros and cons to that.
Absolutely.
There's the good side where the child now, the children that are Gen Z is what we call them, they use these tablets and sometimes smartphones. They learn a lot. They're more knowledgeable today than we were at their age back in the day, because they're open to the internet, regardless of its good and bad side. They're learning on their own. But a lot of parents just want to, you know, have their children away from them.
Protect. We want to protect AJ.
Right.
Somehow
and some, like my brother, install screen time. So the child only has, let's say, 4 hours a day to use the tablet. And then it'll lock itself. You know, then the child will come and be like, so Dad, can I have more time on the tablet?
Programmed.
It's programmed. It's available on iOS and on Android.
Yes.
So that's beneficial that people use that.
Well, I use that for myself as well, you know, for the social media. Yes, really, because I like screening my time. If I took my time on the social media, and takes forever, you see.
Yeah,
so I take 3 hours a day for social media, that's it. I don't get into it so much. After 3 hours, my iOS would tell me, stop, you have reached your limit. And it would lock everything, and I would be like, okay, I'm the only one in the family who's not holding her phone.
Actually, I escape with the sport, so.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
This is how I kind of, you know, say stop.
It's good to have a different avenue, not just use your phone the whole day. You know, you gotta utilize your time every day, not just use your phone and talking and going on social media and all that. It really takes a toll on your brain.
I have a question for both of you, like AJ and Farid. What do you use, iOS or Android?
He's a specialist. Definitely, you know, I'm an Android user.
All right.
Honestly, and I feel it's like a little PC in my hands.
True. There's benefits to both, and they're quite similar today. However, the success of iOS is because of the user experience. People want the simple user experience. Other people want to have more access to their phone, which what Android brings to the table. Personally, I use Android, but I also have iOS devices because I love tech. So I use all of these devices because I want to stay up to date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are very diplomatic in your answer.
No, but I'll tell you this.
Notice that.
I'll tell you this.
Yes,
For smartphones, I prefer Android. I'll tell you this.
Okay, good.
Okay,
So
yeah.
That's what I have in my
So
pocket.
it's two against me. That really
So, okay, security issues.
Security issues.
You know, the espionage thing and all that. You know, they
recently,
say, oh, they are spying on us, he's
recently,
spying on me.
what I like to call it, the fruit company had a scandal where supposedly hackers can access everything on your phone.
Exactly.
So they pushed an immediate update to these devices.
Exactly.
So my advice to everyone, my advice to everyone is to always install the latest updates.
Okay.
Either keep it on auto update or just check those updates regularly and install them. I know some people would be like, but sometimes they push an update that slows my device down. That might be true, but that's because you're using a 3-4-year-old phone that can't handle the new operating system. That especially happens on the iOS side, not the Android side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in safe side nowadays.
I mean, honestly, nobody's safe. You know, come on, Emma. You know, let's face it.
But,
you know, I'm also, you know, definitely we all studied abroad. You know, and we know servers there and
differs.
You know, and you know these softwares, worm softwares, and all this espionage thing. You know, You know, they have them on countries. So imagine locals like us, you know.
I recommend everyone to go watch a movie called Snowden, or features Snowden, the guy that discovered all the espionage and spying stuff that the Americans do.
Well, I have a question because a lot of rumors nowadays are getting here and there because of the applications that they are not really adaptable for the Android and they are for the iOS. Is it going to shut down or anything else?
For the longest time, every app developer first thinks about iOS because that's where the larger market is at. So they first develop their apps for iOS, and Android is an afterthought. They will do it for Android afterwards. But today, honestly, what I'm seeing, they develop both. Yes, it's changing because they see the Android market is growing and competing. So now when anyone wants to make an app, they think of both operating systems.
So all those rumors, Farid, are not?
No, but definitely politics play a major role in some of the competing, you know,
in what
industry.
way?
I mean, you know, when two countries, two large economic countries, you know, they have a dispute, then one brand name is considered like from the X country, you know, definitely it will be banned in Y country.
There is a certain brand that now can no longer use Android. So that's one example.
Exactly.
So people who really vote those, let's say X and Y, as my colleague Farid said, they should really move to Android.
That company is trying to make their own operating system.
Exactly, they have their own.
Good luck to you for making a new operating system.
Why? Is it hard? I mean,
it is extremely difficult and extremely difficult to be successful with that operating system because people are now used to two operating systems, the iOS and Android. Just like on computers, we have Mac OS and Windows, right? So it's just going to be hard, but I wish them the best of luck.
Well, good luck to them then. There is also another question, Farid, that comes to mind. If we said nowadays, we know that in the past, the smartphones really were big and they were heavy, but nowadays it's getting like smaller and
lighter.
They are like now transparent. Sometimes we have it on our hands, and so what do you think of the future smartphone?
And future.
The future, there's a few technologies that are coming out. They will put the front screen camera under the display, which is being sold right now, but the quality of the camera is not good. It's like it's bubbly on the camera because it's under the screen. But they will perfect that technology, so you can have a full screen phone that has nothing on it. You just get the full screen, which is amazing to me.
So just a sheet.
Just a sheet, right? That's one technology. The other one is now we have foldable phones, right? There's a new patent for a phone that expands rather than opened up.
Oh,
so mechanically, you press a button, I think, and it just expands. And I'm waiting for that phone. That will be amazing.
Amazing. That's really amazing. So, AJ, do you have any idea about the Expo in Dubai?
The Expo,
I mean, do they have any new devices?
They have a lot of things. I watched briefly what they had, but nothing too specific I can talk about right now.
AJ, a tech specialist, thank you very much. We really, you know, it's a big benefit, you know, to us and our viewers.
Thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Amal, I guess we go to a break,
yes,
and then definitely we will be back with some stuff about the Expo. So stay tuned.